When you hear that word cancer, when you hear that word cancer. Hello, y'all. I'm Dianna Brianne. I don't give advice, suggestions, information, recommendations. I just share with you my perspective on different topics, as is with this one. You know, when you hear that word cancer, it just kind of stops a person in their tracks. It just stuns a person, whether it's a diagnosis for them or whether it's a diagnosis for someone else. That word carries a lot of weight and it carries a lot of fear for most people. And everyone reacts differently. And for some, they take it in stride. Other people are just devastated by it. Whether it's the person themselves that have got the diagnosis or a loved one, it's very stunning when they hear that word, cancer. You know, I have heard that word close to me. And I have to tell you, it's very stunning and very just mind-boggling. And after you hear that word, you feel like you are in a haze. You know, it's just not real, it's surreal. And I think hearing that word is how often other people feel. Like I said, whether it's for them themselves or for someone that they love. And yet, I always believe that whatever kind of diagnosis a person gets, that they remain hopeful, that they make great decisions, that they surround themselves with great professionals, they make the very best choices and decisions that they can, and keep the faith. And I believe that, at least in my own experience, when I've heard that word, or the possibility of that word, I have gone to prayer. For me, I've gone into fasting, and I keep my faith. I keep my faith intact. Yes, maybe when I've heard that word, I've been stunned, and it took me off guard. And yet, once I regained my balance, I became stronger and better for whomever it was. And yes, I too have heard that word in my life. I've heard it when I possibly had a diagnosis of that, and I didn't. And then with a loved one. And so it's stunning. It can be frightening for some people. And yet, the way I handle it is I go back to my faith. I go back to the core beliefs of what I believe. And I believe that keeping positive, gaining the right information, and don't let something scare you from living your best life. You know, my grandmother used to say sickness didn't scare her, cancer didn't scare her, nothing scared her. She'd just chase it all away with her broom. And I love that attitude of Grandma. And I'm pretty much like that. I'm a fighter. I'm a fighter and a believer. Okay? So I just wanted to come on here, not to give advice or suggestions, but just share my own point of view about that word, because that's a word no one really wants to hear, okay? But remain hopeful, because so many people live full lives anyhow. They live long, full, productive lives. And I have known quite a few people who have gone through a diagnosis like that and outlived everybody else. So I believe in not letting a diagnosis stop us from our best life. I believe in finding the right answers and pushing forward and living our full and best life. From my house to yours, may God bless you. I hope you like, share, subscribe, and I hope to talk to you soon again. Bye-bye.